Alright, so we're recording now. The first piece of block off, I'll just go from one side to the other. It's down here. Pretty simple. It's just these are wall spikes with increased building health. And all it is just these two pieces of block off. And these are wall punchers here, and I'm not really sure if I remember correctly what they are, but I think they're 3 times impact, and that basically just keeps knocking them back to spawn and discourages them from, trying to come up through the block off. It's real effective. And then just 2 floor panels across there with 2 pyramids edited up. 2 walls behind. This does have a floor piece under it here, and then it's a cone edited to the northwest, and then another one edited to the northwest with nothing underneath. Then right past that we got just this little hill surrounded in walls. And then right at the top, basically the same thing. Just make sure you got 1 tier block off going around the ramp there. There's nothing underneath any of this. No floors, anything like that. This is just and then I put these panels across the top just to have some place to put the anti-air traps on. So I mean, this is not necessary. I mean, you don't have to have these right here. That I put these on before I ever even put that smasher bridge in. So you could actually leave these 3 pieces off and maybe stick 1 here, or some alternate locations. Just create it as you need. And I'll just go back down here and show a little bit more block off. It's actually not a lot. There's not a the block off's really simple. This ramp here just has, these 2 pieces across the front, these 2 pieces across the back, and then 1 on the right hand side. Or I should say east side. And then up here, it's just 1 piece of metal. And nothing goes that way. I mean, everything, this is the natural path right up this ramp here. So, I mean, they already want to go that way no matter what. So, it just makes things simple. And then, so I just block off this left-hand side with just 1 tile and keep them from kind of, beating out on anything and trying to go a different direction. But they walk right up here. Got a stud light, sound wall just to get some propane off before they get in here. Yeah, nothing. There's behind here. I guess maybe I should show that first. Right above up here, I have this piece of block off. Just 1 cone edited to the southwest, and 1 piece of metal. I don't know if that's even necessary. I don't ever see anything trying to pound to get through there, but I guess, sometimes you take them pieces off and then that changes how they act. So as long as it's working, and it has been, I don't really, I don't try to change too much. What I would recommend, just as a note, just tell you why we're in here, is this this trap box right up here is real effective, but you're going to need at least what you want to make sure you have is you check it after you have a way to hit it when you can, and make sure you got about 20 durability left on the traps that are in there, especially that the the wall launcher that's on the east end. Just to make sure, because when you get to wave 30, it's a long haul. It's one of the longest runs, and you just, you know, this, if they do break through or your trap durability starts to wear out, that's where you're going to have to come down here and do some stuff with guns. But here, you know, so this is just, you know, 2 tar traps. It's that these launchers launch them over into this side. These are, I think they're 4 times the impact, but you can use 4 or 5, and they launch it all the way over to the, you know, to the trap box above. Most of the time they go all the way to the far side, which buys you a little durability time. I'll go up there and I'll do a shot from up here. You can see better. So they get launched from where we were just looking at. Them launchers launch them all the way up, and some of them make it all the way over to this side, which, you know, helps with durability, because once they're over here, they're going to be stunned for, you know, 4 or 5 seconds, and then they get launched to the middle. So everything that gets launched all the way to this side, which is about, I'd say 30% of the husks that get launched, you know, first they wind up on this side first, and then they wind up in the middle, so it buys you a little extra time. And this one trap right here is the one that usually winds up losing durability, this wall launcher that you see there on the east. And when that happens, this launcher still launches them straight up in the ramp, and they go back in there and they still get stunned. So I mean, it's pretty effective. You know, this launches them straight up, they go back, even though that wall's missing, they're in there, and if there's any durability left on sound walls or the wall lights, you know, they get hit with that again. And if they manage to start leaking through, then they're stuck in here for a while. So it actually works. It's just, let's see, I should probably do a walkthrough here. I'm recording, so I'll just make sure you can get a good look at the block off. Yeah, this is just a smasher. From time to time gets down in there, and they have a tendency to try to hit some of this stuff. If they take this wall out, there's that launcher over there is strong enough that a couple hits and it'll put him in the lava, and then he's stuck in there, so he can't really do any damage. Now, I honestly can't tell you for sure what these traps have on them. You know, I mean, I'm sure they're probably just. It looks like 56, 86. So this trap right here has got a lot of durability. That would tell me that it's probably at least 4 durability. Probably only 1 impact. This is probably more. I like to launch it. You know, I don't want to really launch anything into the lava down here because I don't want anything to die. So this is probably 1 impact at most, and it may have like wall strengthening, I'm guessing, because but it's only got 56 durability, so it's probably a little less. This one here has 66 durability, so that's probably, you know, 1 impact as well. And then that just keeps things, you know, kind of down there if they happen to actually get through the box upstairs. And let's see. So let me see if I can get up here and get you kind of an overview. There's a little bit of I'm not sure if I think most of the lobbers and the flingers actually go in there and they get frozen inside the trap box for the most part, but I do have just them 2 tiles And this one, I put this one here, and I have an air trap on top of it, you know, just a anti-air, just to kind of, there, every now and then there's a flinger, and this stops them from flinging, so it's, you know, they throw a couple times and then they'll move into the trap box, or that wall launcher down there will launch them into that back area where the lava bomb hits, and the lava bomb will kill it. So it's pretty much lobber free and flinger free as far as, you know, having to do much with it. And the fact that you got so many anti-air traps, if you do get a flinger or lobber, it kind of, you know, there's not much that's going to make it to the amp. Let's see. We already kind of looked at the block off, did a walkthrough, and I'll just take a walk through the Smasher Bridge thing. I'm not, you know, I don't know if you like to use these or not, but this was Mitch's design, and I just copied it tile for tile. It works great. You know, I used to have to manage the mini bosses and the smashers running around doing stuff down below, you know, on both wave 20 and 30. You know, usually mini boss on, there's, I think, 4 of them. So, I mean, it's, you know, they can do a lot of damage really fast, and this keeps them busy. They just come up here. They'll hit on this a little bit sometimes, you know, but by then it's wave 30 and it ain't gonna hurt if it disappears. So I haven't seen them ever hit on it on, you know, you can get random waves on this, and some of the random waves, you know, have mini bosses too. And I've had this get hit by a mini boss on wave 5. I've had it happen on wave 16, and I've had it happen on wave 26. So it works on all those waves, you know. So it's the reason it has this extra covering here is just because of the meteors. That way you don't have to worry about the ramp breaking, you know, at some point, you know, if a big meteor hits, it'll just take this top layer out, and that gives you time to, you know, to do something in an emergency if you really needed to. But I usually shoot the big meteor down. You know, I don't really go completely AFK. Yeah, you can actually stand up here as well if you know, I mean, if you're not worried about getting hit by them, if you're, you know, paying attention to where the lava bombs are going to hit, you know, so you can run around and just shoot the big one down, and all the traps, anti-air traps, take care of the rest of it. I'm trying to see if there's anything in detail. I mean, you could probably get by these tar traps. You got to keep an eye on. You know, I got a 90. There are 96 uses as is, but you know, every time a husk goes through there, even if it's already at, you know, if there's a husk stuck in here and 3 more go on this trap, each one is considered a durability. So I usually replace these at least once if I have a random wave. If it's just random, if it's just wave 20 that gets hit, then you're probably not going to have to worry about it until maybe a random wave at wave 26. You know, if it hits on 26, then you might want to double check it, you know, before wave 30. I always double check this amp. When my amp is running wave 27, I come to this amp and I double check to make sure that there's enough durability. You know, nothing less than 20 on anything that's in here. If I have to, I'll just, you know, pickaxe one and put a new trap on it. But see, if you'll notice, there's extra walls on here that don't have traps. So if this, say, this stun light is down to, you know, you got 10 durability left on it, just stick one on this side, you know, that way you don't have to pickaxe it down. And I mean, you could even put one on the back. So, and that wouldn't hurt. I mean, if you got the extra mats to do it, you know, I got like, I think 13 tiles that I can place at this point. So I used up so much of my my pieces that I don't really have much left to do. But if you want to take a shot at building this one, I mean, when you start doing your build, let me know, and then, you know, I'll come in and try to see if I can, you know, walk you through. These are anything you see. If you see floor spikes in mine, none of them are damaged. They have as little damage as possible. It's just to slow the husks down. Most of my wall lights are not no, I don't think there's any impact on these at all. It's just durability. You know, just want to keep them stun them. I take that back. Anything anytime you see a wall light of mine and it's next to a ramp, that's going to be a hard hitting wall light. That'll be 5 impact, and it's just to knock the smasher off the bridge. The rest of the husks are, you know, it'll knock them too. And you'll find that I got 5 impact wall lights on almost every ramp that's in here. You know, towards the end, like if you take a look over at Pit Amp, you'll see one hanging down next to that ramp. It's the same thing. It's that last big punch to kind of, you know, something gets that fire, it knocks them off. But other than that, most of the wall lights are just for stun, just to slow them down. Alright, now I'm going to stop the video, I think, at this point. I think if you watch it back, you should be able to get a pretty good look at everything that's on this now. I'll just do one more quick walk through here. At one point, this was all open, and I did find that a few husks there would be occasionally a lobber would walk through here, and then some would walk all the way around down here, and then all the way around this way, and then come down here, and it would stand right down here and lob at the old amp design. So all it took was just that one wall in the back there, and now they get, you know, with a wall launcher on it, it keeps them out of there. It's been no problem ever since. No gas traps, no healing. I don't actually use any healing traps anywhere in here. I mean, I don't really have to, you know, if you die, you just get relaunched back in, you know, so I mean, it's just, I just don't want to waste the mats on it. I get knocked in here, you know, it's almost inevitable, you know, once you get past wave 25, if you get anywhere close to your amps and you got husks in there, I mean, the takers alone can one-tap you. Yeah, the whole key to it is that little box in the middle right up here. I mean, once you start getting the husks up in there, you know, it's like you can sit and relax. You know, you're like, oh, good job. If it's, you know, and the fact that they're in there just keeps the smashers from giving you a hard time. You know, and the only I have 2 damage tunnels. I guess 1 damage amp you could call it, but my Valley amp, that's an all damage kind of a thing. And what I found out is anytime I'm, you know, them are the only ones I worry about anymore. You know, the amps that I got that are designed for damage are always a little shaky. I'll stop the video there, and then I'm gonna try to upload it